funniest thing happened to me this morning as I was preparing to come here. I live about 20 minutes away, and I caught a flat. And I actually was debating what I was going to share with you guys on today. And I was led to kind of speak from the heart, although I like to refer to notes. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some of my golden nuggets as a Rutgers proud Douglas College running. And I'm just going to really speak from my heart, from my spirit, and then I'm going to also share with you, I have business cards so you guys can stay connected with me through social media, Instagram. My Instagram name is theunapologeticscholar, Dr. Shostak. So in any event, I'm going to just speak from the heart. And so I will say to you guys that I am here today, and she's very modest, I can't help but to refer to Dr. Shostak in my standing here today, because as a young woman from the city of Newark, growing up in a single-parent home, I am not supposed to defeat the stereotypical notions of my environment. And I came here in the EOF program, and my first semester was very trying for me, very trying. And I recall coming into Dr. Shostak's office and just being really disconnected from this environment. When I would go through things, I would call home and my mom would say, "Do you want me to come up there?" And I'm like, "Mom, no, you can't come up here. It's not like that. It's not that type of approach." But I want to share with you the prize that you have, and that is Dr. Shostak. Because she heard me. I didn't actually say what my need was, but she heard my need. And what she received from my sharing my discomforts my first year here is that I was homesick. She heard that. And I pride myself in developing that same skill set with my students and my colleagues as well. And I call it doing it the Shostak way. And that means to be able to listen attentively and have a sensitivity for others' needs. And so while you are connected with her, we hope she stays a long, long time, right? Really embrace that and cherish that and honor her. But in any event, she gave me the opportunity, but she informed me that I could go to Rutgers, Newark for a semester. I had no idea I can do that. I don't know if you can still do that. Well, while at Rutgers, Newark, I transitioned from being on the academic probation, there you go, to being on the dean's list. I met my best friend there, who is now a judge in New Jersey, and we are still friends until this day. And I really felt empowered. I don't know, maybe it was the family, maybe it was the home-cooked meals, but I was missing home. And just being in my city, as they shared, I'm a proud Newark native. Newark house, right, absolutely. And so, from there, I just went forth, and I went to the McNair program and different things. But what I want to say to you today is that, a quoting from Langston Hughes' Mother to Son, life for me hasn't been a crystal stair. It hasn't been a crystal stair. And what that means is that you are going to face trying times. There are going to be trying times. And in those trying times, you have to just refer back to the times that you have overcome all forms of adversity against all odds. And being from the city of Newark as I am, there were many odds against me. And so you really have to just dig within yourself, whatever your pathway is, your religious or spiritual pathway, who your go-to persons are, you should go to them. But first and foremost, you should be your #1 cheerleader. Like, you just have to be your biggest cheerleader. All right? And what that means is that you have to just look in the mirror and claim your I am power, like I used to do when I was cleaning off boards at Kaplan just down the street from here. And I would go on the board and write, "Good morning, students, I am Dr. Howard." And you need to begin to claim that and see that and pursue all things that are in alignment with what you say you want to do, because you are the CEOs in your life. That means you have to own who you are, own what you do, and become that. You have to first become that in your mind, and then that manifests physically for you. But as soon as you add the doubt in there, that's when you start to panic. And in those times, you have to refer back to those atrocities, or those trying times, I should say, that you have overcome. The other thing I would say is that I want you to be fully aware that your mentors are not going to look like you. And what I mean by that is about 60% of my mentors are Jewish. all right? And about 30% are African and African American. And so don't get caught up into the colorism, all right? Don't get caught up into the gender. But you have mentors for different things. You have mentors for academics. You have mentors for academics, research, and career pursuits. And you have mentors for all of those things and personal matters as well. I've been blessed to have Dr. Shostad for all matters. And I can't speak for anybody else, but I am so excited that I can always refer back to her no matter where I go. From here, Cornell, Michigan State, overseas. And this is always home for me. And so you need to find your home and find your place and claim that. The other thing that I wanted to share is that you have to be aware that you have to break away from some people and some things, okay, as you pursue your goal. When I would go home, people weren't connected to what I was doing. So when I would go home to have fun, you know, they wouldn't understand that I had to do this book report or that I had to do, you know, these mathematical equations. They didn't connect with that because they weren't in alignment with what I was doing. But that is okay, all right? That is okay. If persons are not pursuing the things that you are pursuing. But what you need to always keep in front of you, I'm just giving you some golden nuggets here, is a vision board. Everybody familiar with a vision board? You have to see that thing. You have to feel that thing. You know, like, I don't know how many years from now or whatever, but I want me a Rolls Royce. I really do. And I'm going to put on there 4 GAMs because my grandmother is the reason also why I stand here today. And she passed away about 3 years ago in the midst of me defending my dissertation defense. I literally drove out to Michigan a week after she passed, and I passed the defense. And so you have to have a resilience, all right? You have to have a bulldog, as my mentor Lisa Nichols says. You have to have a bulldog determination. You know, a bulldog is very stubborn, right? You can't move a bulldog. So you have to be fixated on your dreams, that nothing is going to stop you. You are totally unstoppable. And even though it looks trying, right, and a little self-doubt may creep in, what you want to do is to take steps, okay? I like to call them faith steps, all right? When you take faith steps, I can't walk away too far because of the mic. You know, you might see an internship, right? Then you might see a part-time job, right? Then you might see an international research. You might not see funding for the next semester, all right? But that doesn't mean that you give up, all right? 50%, I would say 60% of my time here at Rutgers are all loans. They're calling me now. I'm like, please, I just got my PhD, hold off, right? You know, $600 payments. I'm not ready for that. That's my car note for the Rolls Royce. They don't understand, you know? And so, in any event, what I'm saying is that you will take steps towards it, okay? Look at what's in your hand. Sometimes it's not the whole pot. It's just pieces of the meal that you have to piece together, right? Excuse me. So take those steps of faith, create your to-do list, and then look at your to-do list. In my phone, if you have an Apple phone, there's a notes, right? In there, an app, and I put checks. I like the green checks because I feel so accomplished. I say, oh, get a pedicure. Oh, get my hair done. Oh, do a little weekend trip. So you have to also reward yourself. Somebody hold up the time if I'm going too long, but I'm just giving you these golden nuggets. You have to reward yourself. Because if you're just working and working and working and working, it feels like, wow, okay, hypothetically, I got a $515 check. Well, I got $15 left after paying bills because you're transitioning into responsibility. You have to reward yourself, right? And you have to never give up. That's what Jay-Z said. He said, the dopest thing is that I never gave up. The genius thing is that I never gave up. So, one quick story, if I have time, I'll tell you 2. When I was at EMU lecturing, I happened to be going to the ladies' bathroom. This is just some of my stories that will eventually be in the book that I shared bits and pieces of it with Dr. Shostad. Well, I was in the ladies' room, you know, and I heard this young lady crying, and I said, are you crying? And clearly she was crying, right? So she said, yes. I said, come on out of there. So now, this is in the midst, about 10 minutes before my classes to start. I said, why are you crying? She said, I'm crying because I have 2 weeks until graduation and I'm gonna fail math. And I said, well, you have 2 weeks. What am I saying here? You have to be optimistic, all right? And so I could have minded my business. I said, I got about 7 minutes now after she finished telling me that. I gotta go to my class. So what happened, one of my students came and I said, look, tell the students I'll be in a quick minute, get everything together, get in your groups, talking, your discussions. I got to handle some things here. I'm in a meeting. They said, in the bathroom? I said, oh, absolutely. Because that's what I've been called to do. You've been called to do certain things that just pulls you in. Like, I couldn't even sleep. I'm on 3 hours sleep, had to fix a little tire situation, but I'm here and I'm so excited, right? So in any event, she said, the teacher will not respond to me. I said, wow, you have to be bulldog determined. I said, here's what we're going to do, because now we're a team. And you need to get accountability partners, people that really believe in you. Not the jealous ones, not the haters. No, they're your motivators. But you need people that's really on the team, right? That's going for the championship, right? That know they know that you're great. That's already calling you dentists and artists and presidents and this and that. They're already claiming that for you. They're on the road with you, not to use you, but to uplift you. So I told her, this is what we're going to do. You're going to do every homework assignment and this is my advice to you. You're going to do every homework assignment you possibly can from here on up. You're going to not only email it to him and put it in Blackboard or whatever the online thing was at that institution. You're going to also take it and put it in a manila envelope to his secretary. And you want her to stamp the date on this. So now we got one in the mailbox. We're emailing them. And now what I want you to do is get another envelope. And I want you to get it slipped under the door just in case the secretary is not really on point. Because this is not her pursuit. It's your pursuit. And then I want you to get her contact number, and then her assistant's number, and even the student's worker number, and email. And I want you to follow up. Because what are you showing? I am bulldog determined. And then I want you to admit, you're going to go to office hours. I said, well, you know which way does he walk down the hall? She said, oh, yes, Professor Howard. I said, well, you know what kind of coffee he drinks? She said, yeah, he likes Dunkin' Donuts. I said, well, I'm a Starbucks girl, but okay. I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to keep the sugar and the cream on the side. And as he's walking the direction to the class, I want you to start motioning towards him. And I don't want you to tell anyone else, because then you'll have a whole bunch of students. And that's a little secret. Don't go with a bunch of students and try to rally up against professors and administrators. You got to do one-on-one, low key, so they can work with you. Then after you get your stuff done, you say, you might want to talk to Ms. Brown in financial aid. But you get your stuff done first. You follow me? Okay, cool. So in any event, she did that. I'm on my way. I'm in Michigan at the time, as I told you. I'm going to an ugly sweater party. You know the ugly sweater party for Christmas? Okay. So I have my ugly sweater on, and I'm in my kitchen on campus, and my phone goes off. And I'm like, okay, let me check it. And all I see is, oh my God, really OMG. You know the acronym? Oh my God, Professor Howard. I was going for the C just to pass, but I got a B. I got a B. She just keep repeating it in there. And I'm just like super excited because I, at that moment, gave her a little Dr. Shostag. I heard her need, and I just gave her advice. And what she did with that was her business, but it was something about what I said that really inspired her and propelled her to take responsibility and say, you know what, I did drop the ball. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but I still got 2 weeks. So I'm saying to you, when things are not happening in your favor, right? Just like I was a student here, I was, where was that? It was Gibson, New Gibbons, that's where, okay, got it. That's where I was at, yeah, because my mind is going so fast. And I was trying to go to a graduate school, and I kept getting not accepted, not accepted. Well, this is a little different from undergraduate. I got 12 to 15 acceptance letters. I'm not understanding. My GPA up. I'm on the dean's list, high honors, So I'm not comprehending this. Any event, I kept having hope. You want to know why? Because I was saying to myself, it was not this school. It was not my 3 top schools. So on one day, this is the last thing I'll say and I'll close off. Nobody's held up time, but I'm pretty sure I'm over my 20 minutes. I'm going to Kaplan. And somebody said, go to your DPO. It's still called the DPO? Okay, see? Okay, I'll go over there, go to my mailbox, and there's a letter. But the letter is light. They told me it's good when the letter is heavy, give you the information. So I was shaking. And I'm walking down the street right in front of the dean's office, the dean's building across the street from the DPO. And I said, okay, I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to wait. It was this kid. I don't know who he is. I can't even remember his face. But it was a male student. He was walking down the street, and I just grabbed him. I said, can you open the letter for me? I did. He, I said, yeah, I really would like you to support me in this. Could you open the letter? And he's looking like, I don't know, But we were Rutgers students. We were Scarlet Knights, so we were united. So in any event, he opens up the letter, because it was kind of light. And I'm shaking, because this is my top choice. And he says, are you Tanisha Howard? And I'm looking at him like, of course, but he doesn't know me. So I said, yeah, I'm Tanisha Howard. He said, well, he did me like that, yeah. He said, well, congratulations! I said, on what? He said, well, by this letter, it seems to be that you got a full ride to Cornell University. So I share that to say I got a full ride at Howard University as well, and also Michigan State University. And I opted to go to Michigan State after Cornell. I went to Cornell first, so MSU they were saying, well, when are you going to come? I said, what? After I finish this full ride I did at Cornell. And so I'm sharing that not to brag, but in celebration of you, to let you know that your past is your past, your parents are your parents, your siblings are your siblings. No matter what they do or don't do, they're not you. You have a dream, you have a vision, you have to activate it, and you have to pursue it daily. I'm actually supposed to be in Brazil right now where Angela Davis doing research, but I took on a NJIT summer program with a trio, and because that was more valuable to me to rep my city of Newark, Brick City, by the way, for the people in that. And then this opportunity came, and it was meant for me to be here. It was meant for me to be here. It was meant for me to be here. So I'm saying to you, it is meant for you to be here. It is meant for you to be here. Your place is your place. Do not compare or contrast yourself with anyone. You are the CEO of your life. You have the ability to soar so high and accomplish anything that you want. Anything. Once you put your mind to it. And as you pursue the things, lift some others as you climb.